Classamundos. Peace. It's Mr. B, everybody. Today we're talking about addition. What are we talking about? Addition, Mr. B. Mirror my actions. Addition is when we take some numbers and we put them together. Addition is when we take some numbers and we put them together, right? And we've been talking about this idea of putting dots on the numbers and then counting them up, right? That's called touch math. We're going to look at that a little bit today. We're also going to look at starting at the top of the ones and then going to the tens and adding double-digit numbers, all right? All right, here we go. So last time I sent along this sheet here, and it was fairly lengthy, wasn't it? Had all these problems on it, right? It went all the way to the bottom. And it even has the answers, but don't go straight to the answers. That's kind of cheating. We want to make sure we understand how to do this, okay? And you don't have to do every single one of these problems, okay? You don't. I just want you to do some of them and get comfortable with this idea. So we're going to take a look at a few, and yeah, so hold that thought. Okay, so now I have my sheet up here on my board where I can manipulate it, I can use it, okay? And don't worry about this thing right here. We're just going to do a couple of these problems together, and then I'm going to send you on your way. I really hope that you send me some copies of your work. Take a picture of what you're doing. I really want to see your work so I know that you understand what we're doing. Okay, so let's just take a look at, I don't know, let's take a look at this one right here. Now, we start with the number 18, right? Now, when we look at the number 18, remember, if we talk about place value, we talk about ones, tens, and hundreds, right? So we're going to talk about ones, tens, and you see there's no hundreds here. This is just the number 18. So I've got 8 ones, don't I? And I've got 1 10. And right here are my ones, and right here are my tens. And I'm adding it to 11, right? So in the number 11, I've got 1 1 and 1 10. Now you see how my ones are lined up together and my tens are lined up together. They're right on top of each other. And what I'm going to do, so I remember to separate them when I add, is I'm going to draw a line right down the middle. Now, if you can do this without drawing the line, fantastic. You don't have to draw the line, but it does help. It does help if you have trouble with this part. Now, remember, at this point, we put our dots on our numbers. We're going to start at the top of the ones. Now, this 8 is going to get 8 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the 1 gets 1 dot. Then I'm going to count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to put that answer to my ones column right below my ones. So even within my sum, remember the answer to an addition problem is called a sum. It's very difficult to write with this pen. So the sum of my ones column goes right below the ones. Next, I go to the top of the tens, and I put a dot, 1 dot on this one, and 1 dot on this one, and I count them up. 1, 2. And I put the answer to my tens right below my tens. Notice that I did not count them all up. I didn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, because these are the ones, they're separate from the tens. We need to know how many ones we have. We have 9 ones. Then we need to see how many tens we have. We have 2 tens. So the sum of 18 plus 11 is 29. Does that make sense to everybody? I think it does. I think most of us have a pretty good idea. Let's do a couple more. Let's do a couple more here. All right. Let's see here. Let's jump straight down. Let's don't go across. Let's just jump down to this one right here. Okay? 17 plus 20, we're asked to find the sum of 17 plus 20. We're finding the sum, right? So you probably watched When You Add with a Pirate today. You know, when you add, you're getting a sum. Expect to see that word on some tests in the future. So we're going to find the sum of 17 and 20, or we're going to do the problem 17 plus 20. So let's look at the number 17 first. Can you tell me what's in the ones place? How many ones do we have when we talk about 17? Yeah, remember when we talk about place value, we talk about ones, tens, and hundreds. So when we talk about place value, we talk about ones, tens, and there's no hundreds in this number, is there? There's 7 ones and 1 10, right? And now we're going to talk about the number 20, and I picked this one especially for this reason. How many ones do we have in the number 20? 0. There are no ones in the number 20. How many tens do we have? We've got 2 tens right there, right? We've got 2 tens. So you notice in my problem here, 17 plus 20, my ones are lined up directly over my ones, and my tens are lined up directly over my tens, right? So I'm going to draw my line right there and put my dots if I have to. And some of you put dots out to the side, right? That's okay. I don't do it that way, but we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then how many dots do I put here? 0 dots. The big nada. None. Zip. Zilch. No dots for you. All right. So now I'm going to count my dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 0 is 7. You know, we know that because on When You Add with a Pirate, there's 7 joules plus 0 joules. It is 7 joules, right? Yeah. Now we've got our ones done. I put my answer to my sum of my ones column right below the ones, right? So these are all my ones. How many ones do we have when we add these numbers? 7. Now I'm going to move to the tens. I'll put 1 dot for that 10, 2 dots for this 10, and I'm going to count them up. 1, 2, 3. 37. So the sum of 17 and 20 is 37. Or the answer to the problem 17 plus 20 is 37. Now you guys have done very well with a couple of things. First of all, this place value thing with the base 10 blocks, finding ones, tens, and hundreds, you guys have come a long way. I'm very pleased with that. Another thing I'm pleased with is the fact that you're doing these digits. We kind of moved past what we were going to do this year. Okay, I took you a little farther than I thought because we did so well with adding 3 numbers up, right? We added 3 plus 4 plus 5 or something like that. All right, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. I promise my lessons will get better when I can get back in my room, okay? Get my smartboard back and get it up and running. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. I miss you. I hope to see you soon. All right. This is Mr. B saying, we'll see ya later.